David in concert, and here we are at Planet Hollywood. We're here in the casino, and we are here tonight to see John Fogerty. And boy, is it loud here, and lots of people. And so far today, in our gambling winnings, Meredith and I have come ahead by $7.25. Yes, that's right, folks. So here we are, and I'm going to give you a review of the show. So let's take a look at all the musical acts that were on the Vegas Strip for March 21st, 2026. Now, over at the Allegiant Stadium, this is something that happened the other night. Incredible. Luke Combs was there, and he broke the attendance record there. Him and Dirk Bentley and a few other people, they broke the attendance record at Allegiant Stadium. Now, the Rolling Stones played there. AC/DC's played there. Pink has played there. But it's Luke Combs that breaks the record. And I gotta admit, I mean, I was shocked. But I do remember Meredith and I were in the New York Hotel Casino in the afternoon, and all the cowboys were there, in their boots and their hats, and the women were drinking beer with them and all that stuff, and they were talking about Luke Combs. I think they're just going to talk about this. We're going to see Luke Combs tonight. Who are you going to see? I said, we're going to see John Fogerty. Oh, he's good, but Luke Combs, man, Luke Combs, y'all think about, selling those tickets and going to see Luke Combs. I'm like, yeah, but his biggest song is Fast Car. That's a song that is a cover of a brilliant song from 1988 with Tracy Chapman. He has other good songs, but not enough to break an attendance record. Anyway, so that's what's going on over at the Allegiant Stadium that evening. Now, a group that was not breaking any attendance records, Culture Club. Culture Club was playing at the Venetian Resort. A few months ago, Meredith and I were maybe considering it, but I looked at the Ticketmaster at the sales, and they were poor. There were blue dots everywhere. And I'm like, oh, well, maybe not. And we saw them several years ago. We saw them at the start of their tour and near the end of their tour. And at the start, he was very problematic. He was off-key. He wasn't enthusiastic. He didn't engage with the audience. And we're like, oh, we give this guy a 2. Especially for the fact that Berlin opened for them, and they were phenomenal. But then we saw the same lineup. We saw Berlin and Culture Club at the Hollywood Bowl, maybe about a year later. And, of course, Berlin was phenomenal. But Culture Club, they stepped up. They went from a 2 originally and to a 4. They were really good. So that's why we considered them. But we saw the ticket sales, and we said, no, this time. Sorry, we don't really want to hurt you. We don't really want to make you cry. But there was just too many other things going on. Now, over at the MGM Grand Arena, we had B2K and Bow Wow. Remember, he used to be Lil Bow Wow. As an adult now, he's Bow Wow. That's right. It's like going from Ricky Schroeder to Rick Schroeder. Just remember that. Anyways, okay, I'm going to name all collectively. I'm going to take B2K and Bow Wow, and right here, right now, I'm going to give you my favorite songs from them. Okay, listen closely. Okay, there you go. Did you write those down? You wrote them down? Okay, good. Okay, I'm just not into any of these guys. I can't name a song. Just not into them. And over at the Sphere, we got the Eagles. They keep coming and they keep going. They keep coming. They keep going. Looks like 2026 will probably be the end of their residency there. It might be the end for good for the Eagles. Don't know. Meredith and I saw their residency here at the Sphere last year. We want to see again, but it's like, my God, these tickets are like $450, $500 for like the higher level section. So I don't think we're going to see them again unless we find a desperate person on like the last 2 days selling them on StubHub or something like that. But it is an amazing show. I'm afraid to put up a video from when we were there because I know that Don Henley doesn't like that, and he will have his troops scour YouTube and maybe take this video down. But if Meredith and I do go and see them, maybe I'll take a chance and sneak them all on there. But trust me, though, it's a five guitar pick show. It's phenomenal. Anytime anyone has a chance to go to the Sphere, no matter who's playing there, go see it. It doesn't matter. Just go to the Sphere. And in her penultimate weekend at Caesar's Palace, at least for this part of her residency, it's Jennifer Lopez. I keep telling people, 5 guitar picks. She's amazing. You know, she's not just a wedding planner. She's not just a maid in Manhattan. She's J-Lo, and it's the J-Lo Show. And over at Park MGM, it's the second and final week of Sammy Hagar's part of this residency. He'll be back in September. And Meredith wanted me to assure everyone that, you know, initially she gave it 4.5 guitar picks, that she did some rethinking on that. And a day or two later, she thought about it. She goes, it's a 5. It's a 5. Please let everyone know that it's a 5. So there you go. It was an amazing show. If you can come out to Vegas in September, gotta see Sammy. He's phenomenal. And now let's get into John Fogerty. Now, I saw him September 2024 at the Pacific Amphitheater in Costa Mesa, California. And when I saw him, I'd never seen him before. And he recently, at that time, it was January 2023, when he finally regained his publishing rights and his ownership of the music that he wrote with CCR. I mean, this has been almost a 50-year legal battle. And it's a long story, but the long and the short of it is he couldn't perform many of the songs in the past, and he went through like a terrible time with not being able to present his creative genius to an audience, and he was at these limitations and all these things, legal limitations and lawsuits and everything. But now he can do it, and it's just an incredible feeling to be in a venue with this guy who just exudes gratefulness to just an escalated level. I mean, Meredith said she can't recall an artist of all the people that we have seen that had this heightened enthusiasm about performing his music and his love and gratefulness to the audience. I mean, it was something to behold. And right here, I normally just play like little snippets of the songs, but I'm going to right here give you an example. I'm going to provide the entire performance of Have You Ever Seen the Rain from John's introduction, which is so heartfelt, and then watching the audience just sing along, and you see how much fun John Fogerty is having performing like his music. It's just incredible. Take a look.
Hello. You people over there, make some noise now. Now, you people over here, man. All right, everybody, come on, make some noise. I'm shouting out like that is because this song I'm about to do, which I really love playing, reminds me of you. You've been singing my songs all these years, carrying them in your heart. God bless you for that. Thanks for coming out here tonight. Makes me feel really wonderful, matter of fact. God bless you for that. Well, you've been a rainbow in my heart, and this song has a rainbow in it. Someone told me long ago, there's a calm before a storm. I know, and it's been coming for some time. When it's over, story say it'll rain a sunny day. I know, shining down like water.
You see what I mean there? It's one of those moments you just want to revisit over and over. Now, how did I get into Creedence Clearwater Revival? Well, I was a kid. I was a little kid in the 70s. And my mom had Proud Mary. I remember she had the Proud Mary single. But I didn't really know anything much about Creedence Clearwater Revival because basically since there wasn't MTV, you relied on the radio, your classmates at school, or my mom or my grandmother for, what kind of music, what are they bringing into the house or something like that. So I remember like on TV in the morning or in the afternoon, I think it was during the Merv Griffin show. My grandmother watched Merv every day. And in between where there's commercials, they were selling albums. And you remember they show like highlights of their hits, and then there's a scroll of all the songs. And they had one for Creedence Clearwater Revival. And I saw that commercial frequently. So that's how I was introduced to those songs, but I didn't pursue them yet. I thought they were great, but I was, every week I was like, can you buy this? I was keeping up with more of the top 40 things that I was adding to the collection. But then in 1985, when I was a teenager and MTV was at its peak, John Fogerty released the Center Field album after a hiatus from music. And the first single was The Old Man Down the Road. And I saw that video and the song, and I'm like, this is really unique. It's with all the great pop and rock and the things that were going on in MTV at the time, this was had like its unique sound. It's the swamp rock genre, which Fogerty has mastered. And that's where I'm like, oh, I have to go back and listen to this Creedence Clearwater Revival some more. And I bought an album, probably the greatest hits, and got into it. And then as I grew into an adult, they were a constant, Up Around the Bend, Down on the Corner, Fortunate Son, and Traveling Band. And I remember in Forrest Gump, the intro scene, Forrest in the Vietnam War with a helicopter, and the use of Fortunate Son was so perfect that it seems like that every Vietnam movie that's been made since uses that song. But I thought in Forrest Gump, it was used to its highest effectiveness. In the mid-90s, I was working at a video store in Bel Air called Beverly Glen Video. And it was one of my favorite jobs of all time. And we had a lot of celebrities come in. I met some really good friends there. And I never felt I was doing a job. I just had fun coming in there every day. And there's one thing that I learned. When you have a married couple or a couple in a relationship, the one that's the famous one or the more famous one is the nicer one of the two. And here's an example. Kenny G and his wife at the time, Lindy Benson. Okay, he was okay when he came in. He was nice, a little whiny because, oh my God, you're out of all the new releases. Oh, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm like, okay, calm down, Kenny G. It's okay. Go get your saxophone and play a song or something. All right, just relax. But he was nice. But his spouse, Lindy Benson, let me tell you something. When she came in by herself, she would come up to the counter and she goes, the account is under Gorlick? Gorlick? And I said, I know, Kenny G. She goes, it's Kenneth Gorlick. I said, okay. I said, all my albums, it's Kenny G. She didn't laugh. She didn't laugh at all. On the other hand, on the flip side, here's John Fogerty and his wife, Julie. Julie was so nice. And I could make little dumb jokes with her. Dumb jokes. Like, she came in one time and she goes, hey, do you know where this new spa is up here? And I said, yeah, it's down on the corner. I got laughs. From Julie Fogerty. And there was one time when it was raining. And we were in there talking about movies. And then I stopped the conversation. I said, hey, who'll stop the rain? Laughs again from Julie Fogerty. And John would come in from time to time, but I was I don't want to say intimidated, but I was a little too nervous to try the little jokes there that I was doing with Julie. But he didn't possess any ego. Just came in and asked what I recommended for new releases and picked them out for him, and just nice guy. And what's great is when you see the concert, he just gushes about Julie. And it's so sweet because she's the one in the end that ultimately, through her legal knowledge, was able to help him get his publishing rights back to those songs. And to hear him just praise her all the way through, and it's all sincere because he's sincere to the audience, sincere to everybody. And he's gone through all these life lessons. And now he's living out his remaining years. He's going to be 81 in May. So we hope he's around for a while. Good, a long time to come yet. But you never know. And just to be at this point in his life where he can just show appreciation about the marriage and his fans and stuff like that, truly is a remarkable thing. And to add to the family dynamic, we have Shane and Tyler Fogerty joining their dad on stage. And they're doing the guitar, they're doing vocals, they're jamming out. and we're just sitting here, and I just felt like, okay, Julia's on the side of the stage there. We got the kids on the stage. We got Dad singing his songs was utter elation. And it feels like they said, hey, you know what we're going to do? Let's invite a couple thousand people over tonight and let's just bang out these hits that people have been listening to for decades upon decades, and these timeless masterpieces. Let's just get them together and do this. And let's as a family, you feel like, God, this is just a great unit. And it's a unique experience because, mostly when you see bands, they're all like very individualized. The members are individualized. Sometimes you got family members and brothers and stuff, brothers, sisters, siblings, whatever in the band. But this whole experience just felt like we were invited to a family gathering and celebrating Dad's music. Okay, so now it's time to get into the set list. As you see, we start with 4 remarkable classics. And then this is what I love. He goes into the next song and he just look at this guy get so overly elated about his guitar.
How y'all doing? Welcome to Las Vegas. Tell you a little bit about this guitar. This is a Rickenbacker guitar I purchased way back in January 1969. After I got it, I made a bunch of modifications. Then I ended up playing this guitar on just about everything, at least that was in the E tuning, you might say. I had another black guitar I played in D tuning. Not that matters. Anyway, I played this on everything. Green River, Up Around the Bend, Hey Tonight. I played this guitar at Woodstock!
I mean, this guy should be like a speaker, a motivational speaker. I mean, he gets excited about everything that involves his music. I mean, his passion is incredible. And then, so we're resuming the set list with this classic. And then it goes into Looking Out My Back Door, and then into my favorite John Fogerty solo song, Rock and Roll Girls. And then he follows that with Run to the Jungle. And then Joy of My Life, which he dedicates to Julie. A beautiful song. And then we go into a song that he did with his band, the Gollywogs, called Fight Fire. Then back to CCR with It Came Out of the Sky, Hey Tonight, Keep on Chuggalin', and Have You Ever Seen the Rain, which we watched before. And then he goes into this classic, bringing out the baseball bat guitar for Center Field.
Look at me.
And we dig deeper into the treasure trove with these three gems. And then for the encore, he does Traveling Band and ends the show with Proud Mary. Now, I feel I pretty much have expressed my adoration for this concert. John Fogerty, he, like you've seen in these videos, his elation and his joy is immeasurable. And like I said, Meredith said the same thing. She said, I've never, seen anyone as happy as this guy in any of the concerts of recent memory. And what's even more incredible is he is going to be 81 years old in May. And from, internal health issues come up and things like that, but just observing his energy right now and his ability to play the guitar, to sing and remember all the lyrics and all that stuff, I'm thinking I could see him going about till 83, 82, 83. I think the retaining the ownership rights has just added life to him. Like years, he said, I got this music back. I just want to play it for everybody. And I think it just sparked something inside that's created this energy, which I hope, sustains for a while, because if he comes, he's touring extensively. So if he comes around, catch this guy. I mean, you're going to walk away with a big smile on your face and hear some really, really great music at the same time. Now, I'm going to go and give this, I was originally out of 4.5 guitar picks. When we were walking out of Planet Hollywood, I was thinking, okay, blah, blah, blah. But then when I rewatched the videos and I recaptured all of his joy and his passion, and then watching it reflected within his performances, I said, you know what? This is 5. This is a 5. And Meredith is at a 4 because she felt the only criticism she really had was she felt like the guitar jamming and the guitar solos in the middle of the show, the center setlist aspect, ran a little too long. So that was her only problem. But God, we both walked away with a smile. We're talking about it on the drive back from Vegas about how happy this guy is. And so, yeah, there you go. Go see this guy. Go see John. Celebrate his music with him. Now, here's what we got coming up. Meredith and I, we stay at Harrah's. And inside Harrah's, there is the MJ Michael Jackson tribute. Not to be confused with the Cirque du Soleil show at Mandalay Bay. But this is the tribute. And we've always been curious about it. And I think if they allow filming inside, so I can film some of his performances and stuff like that, I may do a review of that. But for sure, in a few weeks, on April 4th, Meredith and I are going to go give Dr. Noah Drake, aka Rick Springfield, another chance. And why do I say another chance? Because we saw him this past summer at the Hollywood Bowl, and he was very subpar. He was very subpar, and I will get into all that and show you why we felt he was subpar. And then we're going to see him at Agua Caliente Casino in Palm Desert, and we'll compare the two to see if he's improved, to see if he's still the same, because we love Rick Springfield. Who could not? But maybe it's time for Rick to hang up the guitar, but we'll see. So until then, save us an aisle seat.